how much time does paying to skip the lines in Disney World really save you?
I have Lightning Lane Multipass.
And I don't.
And we're gonna put it to the test. Woo! Line time, well, line time for you, not for me.
Yes.
My rope drop is starting differently. We are veering to the left. And not to go to Rise of Resistance, not to go to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, no. We're going to what I would not recommend as a rope drop attraction if you do not have Multipass. Star Tours, the adventures continue. And that is because with Lightning Lane Multipass, the earlier you use your first one, the better.
We just rope dropped because, as you know, I don't have a Lightning Lane Multipass for today, but don't let that intimidate you. If you're coming to the park and you're not getting multi-pass, that doesn't mean that you can't do all the attractions you want to do. You just gotta have a strategy going on. And for today, my strategy is rope dropping and going immediately to Slinky Dog Dash. It is so fun, and many people seem to think so because it's actually the highest wait time you can expect for an attraction inside of Hollywood Studios, right next to Rise of the Resistance.
So let's talk, what is Lightning Lane Multipass? Lightning Lane Multipass is Disney's skip the line option. It gives you access to lightning lanes that let you skip the standby queue and go through a much, much shorter regular queue. There are two ways to access lightning lanes in Disney World. One is Lightning Lane Multipass, which is the replacement for Genie Plus. This is a one purchase pass that lets you access many, many lines all around Disney World. You purchase it for a date-based and park-based fee, purchasing it for the first park you plan to use the service in during your day, and then you can park hop if you have park hop admission. The other way to access lightning lanes is with Lightning Lane Single Pass, which is offered only for the most very popular rides in Disney World, like Rise of the Resistance in this park. And those rides are offered for a date-based and ride-based fee that does vary. Now with both of these services, you can book 7 days in advance if you have a resort hotel reservation for the length of your entire stay. If you do not have a hotel reservation, you can book 3 days in advance. I do have Lightning Lane Multipass today. We will not be testing out Single Pass, but if you want to learn more about this service, you can check out my crash course that in 15 minutes will tell you everything you need to know about Lightning Lane Multipass, so you understand what's happening. But also, I'll do my best to explain it in this video too. So the reason you want to start as early as possible with Lightning Lane is that when you book those Lightning Lanes in advance, whether 7 days or 3 days, you have a couple of limitations. For one, in all parks except Animal Kingdom, there's a tier system where you can book one ride from the tier 1 attractions and your other two can come from the tier 2 attractions. But you cannot book more than one tier 1 attraction. That means in this park, I grabbed Slinky Dog Dash, but I wasn't able to grab any of these other popular rides. I had to grab tier 2 rides. As soon as you get into your first Lightning Lane in the park, that is when that restriction goes away and you can book your next Lightning Lane. So I actually got my first Lightning Lane for one of the least popular rides in this park, Star Tours, The Adventures Continue, because it was the earliest available Lightning Lane, and that way I can free up those restrictions, book my next one for a higher demand attraction that I wasn't able to, and if I wanted to, I could modify my other attraction to be a tier 1 as well. To scan into a Lightning Lane, you do use your park admission, so whether that's a physical ticket on your phone with the Magic Mobile, or if you're using a park ticket in your Magic Band. Any of those ways will work to scan in. Since I'm scanned in, that means all of my restrictions are freed up, which means it's time to figure out what we can get happening with our Lightning Lanes.
And we are entering Toy Story Land. I love Toy Story Land. One of my favorite things about the Disney parks is the immersive land, the attention to detail. You feel like you shrunk to toy size and you're in like Andy's little toy chest and playground.
Nation reps, you're supposed to hang the Christmas lights, not wear them.
It's just so magical being here. It is currently posted at 35 minutes, just like the My Disney Experience app said. And now comes the best part, waiting. You just wait in line till it's your turn to board the attraction. Slinky Dog Dash has a very interesting queue because you do have a little bit of shading, but you're kind of marinating in the heat because it's not indoors. And at least we have a little bit of air. We have some fans going on. That's great. Thank you, Disney. It'd be nice if we had like some mist or something, but I'll take it.
He's done from our pilot.
Attention, all transport hold for security clearance.
Stormtroopers will be deactivated for sure.
Even you, head to the coordinates.
coordinates I'm sending you. We must face them and fight them.
Okay, I got, so you can get the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy, or the prequels. My favorite to get is the sequel trilogy, not because it's my favorite trilogy, but because the scenes on Star Tours are newer and they have some really cool effects and really great storylines. And I got sequel trilogy, so great start to the morning. I love Star Tours. I think it's a must-do, but I don't think you have to do it, like, you don't really have to think about doing it because it often has a 5 to 10 minute wait. Just do not wait in a 30-minute line for this ride. It will drop in the evening, so just wait for it to drop a little bit.
We waited 36 minutes, not 35, but overall it was a pretty accurate wait time. I'm kind of messing around there. I think that it is accurate to the time that was posted, and that is amazing. And
So the first thing I did was I went to the tip board, which you get to by hitting this like wait times and show times button. And I scrolled down. This is the best screen to book your lightning lanes from because you can kind of see all the options. I scrolled down and I grabbed Toy Story Mania. As you can see, Toy Story Mania is available at 5:30 p.m. and Angie is gonna destroy me if I have to wait till 5:30. And then when I tapped it, it pulled up 7:15. But this is where things are gonna get interesting because as I was hitting modify time and close, those times were refreshing, and look at that. A 12:25 popped right up. So obviously I grabbed that because 12:25 might have me beat Angie. We know that I'm gonna spend less time in line today than Angie, but can I actually do these rides faster than her with MultiPass? That's what's hard to say. When we did these experiments with Jeannie, we typically finished around the same time, or it would take the line skipping option a little longer just because we would have to wait for those windows, where with just waiting in line, you can just kind of go and do whatever you want. As long as you have good strategy, you keep moving. So we're just trying to see like how fast you can get through stuff. This is good to know for if you have any park hopping plans in your day and you need to know which is the faster strategy to get through everything so you can make it through everything, or if you have a shorter trip, or if you just want to do some stuff twice. We're finding out what's the faster strategy, and also how much time does MultiPass actually save you, both in line and in general in your day. After I booked that new Toy Story Mania lightning lane, which is what I replaced Star Tours with, I actually went to my home screen and I wanted to see if I could get Tower of Terror to be a little earlier. The two times that it's easiest to find earlier times for different rides is at 7 a.m. for some reason, and in the park about 30 minutes after the park opens, because that's usually when people have scanned in their first lightning lane and are making changes like I am right now. So I went to my Tower of Terror lightning lane and was able to book it for 11:40 a.m., which is much better than the afternoon one that I had before. Basically, 3 days ago, I got on my phone, and again, I didn't wake up early. I forgot to wake up early. And I got on and I booked my first lightning lanes. I went for Slinky Dog Dash as my tier 1 because this is the one that books up the fastest. And they still had a 10:05 a.m. available. That is so early in the day, it's amazing. For my tier 2s, I went for Tower of Terror and I went for Star Tours. Now the two tier 2s that hook up the fastest are Tower of Terror and Toy Story Mania. But because of my strategy where I scan into something easy first to like loosen up all the restrictions, I went for Star Tours instead of going Toy Story Mania, and then I'm hoping for the best. So we'll see how that goes for me and if Angie destroys me because of it. It also won't let you overlay lightning lanes. It makes it so that you can only have like one an hour when you're booking in advance. And once you scan into your first lightning lane, all those restrictions go out the window. And I see a lot of folks asking about the day of booking because international visitors can't book until they're in the country, which oftentimes is gonna be the night before or day of. The only thing that I've seen unavailable day of are things like Tiana's Bayou Adventure, occasionally Slinky Dog Dash, and even those I've been able to get day of. If you check out any of my Every Lightning Lane in One Park Lightning Lane Challenge videos that are up on the channel now, you can see that I was able to get everything through that day with time to spare, and that a lot of those less exciting rides were still available upon arriving. And the most important thing is that you get one lightning lane that is right at park open, and those are still available at 7 a.m. the morning day of. But hopefully that helps. If you have any specific questions for me, drop them in the comments, and that crash course video will really help as well.
And we did it. We just got off of Slinky Dog Dash. That was so fun. I'm telling you, the thrill levels of this ride, don't let Family Coaster fool you. Now it is friendly for kids. It's nothing too crazy, but even if you're an adult or if you have older kids in the party, they're going to enjoy this ride. It is so much fun. And we did it in 36 minutes. Amazing, love that. It is currently at 65 minutes. So as of right now, rope drop, Slinky Dog Dash seems to be the plan if you're gonna go ahead and go to the park without having a multi-pass, but still wanna do this ride and not wait too long. Go directly to it once you step into the park. It worked for me and I'm sure it will work for you. All right, we are here at Story Mania. Now it is 25 minutes. It was 20 minutes on the My Disney Experience app. Story Mania is a attraction similar to Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin in Magic Kingdom, where it is a shooting game, except this time it's a 4D attraction. You wear your 4D glasses and you're shooting carnival games. Very fun. What I love most about this ride, however, is that the queue is indoors. So unlike Slinky Dog Dash, you thankfully aren't in the heat. You do have really nice AC, but it also has really fun, colorful elements. It feels like very immersive. You do feel like a toy because everything is big and fun. And I love it here.
So my absolute biggest tip with Lightning Lane Multipass is to lock up 2 of those lightning lanes with higher demand attractions and then just not worry about it. You can put them later in the day. As long as you are going to be in this park, you can just have those and know that, you know, later in the afternoon you're gonna get to ride Tower of Terror. But always leave that 1/3 lightning lane open to be able to mess around with stuff that might be a little more immediate. Like if you walk by Alien Swirling Saucers and it has a 10-20 minute wait, you could get a lightning lane and get on just a little bit faster. Because you have those 3 lightning lanes to work with, it can often be a little bit easier to just use one for some of the easier attractions. All right, our next stop is Slinky Dog Dash. This is one of the most popular attractions in this park, but it's just kind of a fun coaster. And it has a little more thrill than you might be expecting. 38-inch height requirement, 65-minute posted wait we're skipping. And I wonder if Angie is in this line right now. Angie just texted me that she just got out and I'm getting on. She only waited 36 minutes, so that's the importance of a rope drop strategy, is look how long this line is now. Posted 65, and we are getting in the lightning lane, so we don't have to worry about that. But there are 2 scan points at Slinky Dog Dash. You can book a new lightning lane immediately after using one of yours, so scanning in. Most attractions only have 1 scan point, but some do have 2 scan points. The easiest way to check is just after you've scanned 1 time, see if you can book your next lightning lane, and then if you can't, then you know that there's another scan point.
Woo! We made it, only 22 minutes. Excited, I cannot wait. I'm definitely not gonna get a high score, but I'm going to try.
Hey, partners! Welcome to practice game!
And we did it, and we only waited 22 minutes, and also, I was the best in the vehicle. Now, was I the only one in the vehicle? Yes, but a win is a win, and I'll take the win. I checked the My Disney Experience app. Unfortunately, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is still down, so we're gonna go to my second option, which is Tower of Terror, because it is currently at a 25-minute wait.
I'm off Slinky Dog Dash. That was a blast. I like to ride my roller coasters early in the morning before I start to deteriorate throughout the day. Coasters, I'm not like, I have one of those brains that doesn't like coasters. They make my head hurt. But luckily, early in the morning, I have a little bit easier of a time. Skipped a 65-minute wait, just waited 5 minutes to get on Slinky Dog Dash. That is pretty darn good. Andrew still did pretty well with that though. So after I scanned into Slinky, I went ahead and grabbed my next lightning lane, of course, and I went and grabbed Rock and Roller Coaster. Even though this isn't like a super soon one, it's in about an hour, I wanted to go ahead and lock it down because what will happen is that after the first couple hours of the day, some of those lightning lanes that haven't been booking up a ton will start to get really, really booked up because some of the more exciting ones are all gone. So like Slinky Dog Dash, already gone for the day. If you see something gone, do not give up hope. I would say keep checking it. I have been able to get things that were completely gone many, many times over the course of testing out Lightning Lane Multipass. In fact, I don't think I haven't ever failed at getting something that was completely gone. So just keep checking, you never know. But that does mean I have some downtime here. Now you'll notice Angie isn't gonna have any downtime. She's just gonna be blazing through everything today, moving and grooving, getting in lines. But with multipass, sometimes you might not have an immediate multipass coming up, and that means you have downtimes to do anything you want. It might be take pictures and explore. It might be grab breakfast or coffee, which is what I'm gonna do. And it might be ride something that you wanna ride that doesn't need multipass, or seeing a show if you're in Hollywood Studios. If I wanted to ride Star Tours again, I could go over there and ride it again. It still has a 5-minute wait. So that's one of the beauties of multipass, is that it does kind of free up the time that you would be spending in line. I was gonna get Starbucks at Trolley Car Cafe, but I think I'm gonna get Joffrey's. I'm in a Joffrey's mood. I've also decided to stop putting like sugar syrups in my coffee, and I've done it at a very bad time of year because it's pumpkin spice season. So the call to put pumpkin syrup in my coffee is like strong.
Now, quick question. Does anybody remember the Hollywood Tower of Terror movie that starred Kirsten Dunst? I believe it was an ABC Wonderful World of Disney. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember watching that movie and being absolutely traumatized. It stayed with me all these years, and now I love Tower of Terror. So, you know, sometimes you grow from it. Now, if I'm being honest, this is a queue that I don't mind waiting a very long time in because of all the details put into this. It's amazing, it's stunning, I can't get over it. And yeah, sometimes a queue is definitely worth the wait.
I'm gonna have you wait right here. A cast member will take you down.
To be honest, and let you know that I did not, in fact, ride the ride. I want to be as transparent as possible because I'm sure some of you watching also relate, and maybe you're not comfortable with riding the ride currently. I have not ridden Tower of Terror, and it's funny because I talked it up so much. I love the aesthetic of Tower of Terror. I love the story. I love the pre-show, the queue, but the ride scares me, and I think that I definitely want to do it one day, maybe with the rest of the AllEars team because they're great, but definitely don't want to ride it for the first time by myself. So if you still want to experience the queue and watch the pre-show and all that good stuff, you can definitely still do it. Before you board the elevators, you can let a cast member know that you just want to exit, and they take you backstage to exit the ride, and you don't have to ride it, and you got to experience the wonderful immersive queue that way. So don't feel bad if you're too scared to ride it. That's completely fine. It's a-okay. No one's gonna make fun of you. Some people call it the chicken exit, and that's okay. I love chicken. I love it fried. I love it in tenders. I love it in nuggets. It's fine.
I know I said I was gonna people watch, but I found the like nicest nook in the world. Look at this. There's nobody back here. I love it. But it's 10:51. I got about 20 minutes so I can head over to Rock and Roller Coaster. We found each other.
We did.
Yeah, we're discussing how we think it's gonna go in like a quick pause. I think, so when we did this with Jeannie, it took longer to do all the rides with Jeannie, but obviously spent less time in line than it did to do the line waits. I think I'm gonna be able to get through all the lines faster than
Definitely.
I think it's faster with multipass.
Absolutely. It's kind of really quick. It just depends on the availability.
Yeah, so, and I'm a pro. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'm intimidated.
Where are you going now?
I'm gonna go and check. I actually wanted to check Mickey's Runaway Railway because it was temporarily down. Gonna check if that's running.
Nice.
So that's what made me go to Tower of Terror instead.
Okay, cool.
So I'm gonna check out my options. I'm gonna go to the shortest wait time.
I'm gonna go tour a music studio with Aerosmith.
Oh my gosh, are you gonna be VIP?
I mean, I hope so. I'm gonna
You
see if
definitely
they'll,
are.
I'm
You
gonna see if
definitely
they'll
are.
take us backstage passes or something.
Let me know how it goes.
I will let you know. Bye.
Bye, see you. And next up is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I'm excited because that is my favorite attraction in the park. So I'm so glad it's up and running. Like I said, continue to check the app because you never know when it's gonna open back up. If that was the ride you want to do the most, don't be discouraged by it being down. It can always be up and running in no time. That's exactly what's happening to me. On the app it says it's 30 minutes. We're gonna go and check it out right now what the actual posted wait time is. But as of right now, I feel like we're doing very well for not having a multi-pass. It's currently 11:22. We knocked out 3 attractions, 3 really big ones in my opinion. So we're on the right track.
All right, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith. This is a roller coaster, as it sounds. It is one of the most thrilling coasters in Disney World. I really, really love this ride. It's one of my mom's favorites, so hi Mom. But the coaster is Aerosmith themed. Basically, you are touring G-Force Records, a music studio, and Aerosmith's there recording, but they're headed to a show, and they bring you along with them in a limo, but there's traffic, so you take a shortcut that is a bit wild. Posted 40-minute wait right now, which really isn't too bad for Rock and Roller Coaster. We are doing this on a slower day, but I did my original Lightning Lane experiment in this park on a relatively busy day. So you can check that one out if you want to see a little bit about like how things looked on a busier day. Since we're experimenting Lightning Lane versus standard wait times, the experiment still works because we're both doing it on the same day. Rock and Roller Coaster rules. Also made my hair look wacky. Okay. The ride is just so like, it's just such a fun coaster. It is really thrilling. I would still say it's one of the most thrilling rides in Disney World. And it does give me a little bit of a headache. I have one right now. I think it'll go away really fast. I get more of a headache on Expedition Everest. So if you are coaster sensitive like I am, you can maybe take that note. Yeah, rockin' done. I went ahead and I booked Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. And when I initially hit it, it was down for like 2:55 p.m. And I was like, I don't know about that. We'll see if we can get better. And then literally immediately was able to get like a 1:50, which is much better because there's a chance that that could be our last one, depending on how quickly we move with all the rides we're doing right now. But it is 11:47 right now, and I'm headed to Tower of Terror.
And we have made it out of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It was posted at 30 minutes, but I actually just waited 18 to get into the pre-show, so that was way less than what I thought, which is amazing. Smuggler's Run is posted at 45, while Rock and Roller Coaster is at 35, so we're definitely going to an Aerosmith concert right now. I'm not gonna lie, I probably am also going to take the chicken tender exit for that attraction. I have ridden it before, and I do enjoy it, but I do get a little bit of the tummy funnies, like I get kind of nervous. And because I am riding the attractions alone today, I don't think it's gonna be one I'm gonna do. I like to do it with someone with me so I can hold their hands really tightly in the countdown before the blast off. All right, I don't know if you can see it, but it says 35 minutes.
Definitely looks like a real 45-minute line, if not a little longer out here. Well, they don't have the whole outside queue open, so it's probably just 45. I sneezed in the pre-show, and the whole room was like, bless you. It was kind of embarrassing, but kind of nice.
Alright, so I'm taking the exit. Now I really do like Rock and Roller Coaster whenever I get a chance to ride it. It is full of thrills. You got those cool corkscrew loops. It goes 0 to 60 in that first initial launch. But like I said, it's not an attraction I can do on my own. I get really nervous. Having somebody with me gives me more bravery, so that's why I'm kind of skipping out on it today. But definitely, if you're a thrill junkie,
I got a really fun drop sequence. The drops are randomized on Tower of Terror, so you get a different drop sequence every time, and it's always surprising, always scary, always fun. So Tower was a blast, and now I'm headed to Toy Story Land because it's almost time for that Toy Story Mania Lightning Lane we booked earlier. After I got off Tower, I went ahead and booked Alien Swirling Saucers. The only Lightning Lanes I don't have at this point, or haven't already done, are Alien Swirling Saucers and Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. And Millennium Falcon has been like 20 minutes out the whole day, which means it's not really booking up, so I'm probably gonna save that one to last. I was able to grab an Alien Swirling Saucers for $130, which is right after Toy Story Mania ends. I'm gonna go ahead and over and use Toy Story Mania though, because I think then I'll be able to grab Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run and it'll make Mickey and Minnie's at 150 our last ride, and we will have done all of the most popular rides in this park.
One of the cons of not having multi-pass is that you don't really have a scheduled downtime to sit down, relax, grab a snack with multi-pass, because you do have specific return times for your attractions. You're guaranteed that ride at that time, and you can schedule around that. Without one, you're kind of just, we're on that go, go, go mentality. We're trying to hit up all the attractions as fast as we can. And so if I stop and I sit and I eat a snack, that's gonna take away time I could have spent waiting in an attraction. And especially like if I'm sitting and there's an attraction that's very popular but it has a 20-minute posted wait time, I probably miss out on that because I'm sitting and eating. Okay, so my goal was to go to Millennium Falcon because it's currently at 35. I saw it peak kind of like at 45 around there for most of the day, but Star Tours is right in front of me and it is 5 minutes, so I can just easily go in and knock it out. But then I'm scared that by the time I get out of Star Tours, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run will be a longer wait time than the 35. And this is kind of the little dilemmas you'll probably run into when you don't have a lightning lane, is deciding what is the best call. Okay, I'm going with my gut instinct and going to Star Tours. It's posted at 5, which usually means that it's a walk-on most of the time. So here's hoping that Smuggler's Run doesn't change too much by the time I get out.
30-minute wait for Toy Story Mania. This is a shooter attraction where you use little, basically like pop guns to play midway games hosted by Toy Story characters. Very fun to challenge your family and try to get the best score. I'm not very good at it. My goal right now is to get better than the cat, because I keep getting the cat every time I ride. I'm trying to get better than the cat. We're getting our high score today. I can't decide if I want to wear my 3D glasses or not, because sometimes I do better without them. We're getting our high score today. Ah! Moment of truth. Did I beat the cat? No. Always the cat.
So just got off of Star Tours. It was a walk-on, which I was hoping. I checked the My Disney Experience app, and Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run did go up a couple of minutes. It's now 40 instead of 35, but that's okay, given kind of the theme for today. We've been waiting less, so that's what I'm hoping is gonna happen.
I was able to book Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which happens right now. So that one has been really easy to get. And that actually is true on busier days as well, that it usually will be like about an hour out, not go too far out. I think it's because of the single rider line, but I don't know. It typically won't start booking up until later in the afternoon. But we're headed over to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and I already have all my lightning lanes, so after that it will just be back to Alien Swirling Saucers, on to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and then our half of the experiment is done, baby.
Okay, I just have to show that this is kind of crazy, because I've never seen Rise of the Resistance at 35 minutes. So maybe today we just have incredible luck. Now we're not hitting up that ride because it's not included in the Lightning Lane multi-pass. You have to get a Lightning Lane single pass for Rise of the Resistance. So yeah, unfortunately not going to be doing that ride. It is probably my favorite next to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. But we are currently going to go to Smuggler's Run. Sometimes you'll have days where Lightning Lane multi-pass maybe isn't all that worth it because you aren't waiting too long. For instance, today seems to be a really great day to be at the park. I'm not sure if it's exactly low peak times just yet, but you do have those seasons where there isn't as many people as there would be, for instance, in the summer or during a holiday. So that's something to keep in mind if you haven't planned out the date for your trip to Disney World yet. And here we are, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Now, fun fact, there is a single rider line, so if you're like me and you're came to the parks by yourself or riding by yourself, you can definitely hit up the single rider line. It will shave probably half of the wait time. But today, because we are conducting this experiment, I am going to go through the regular standby line.
Only a 35-minute wait for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Now, typically, I would also recommend using single rider for this one, because if you are willing and able to break up your party, single rider can usually take you pretty much to a walk-on, even when this wait is above an hour. So I do recommend that. Obviously, if you have multipass, a lightning lane for it works great as well. And it means you are less likely to end up as the engineer. So in this ride, you do fly the Millennium Falcon. There are different options being pilot, engineer, and gunner. And with those different options, you do different things on the ship. The most fun is the pilot, or the most involved, I should say. And the least involved is the engineer. So depending on your level of desire to play a game, you might opt for one or the other.
Left pilot, hit the ghost up. Now let's go get that coaxium. As we agreed, you let us use.
We made it! We're inside of the Millennium Falcon! This is so exciting. I'm an engineer and I'm ready to press all the buttons. Love this job.
I don't care what they say. Blue milk is good, not green. But blue milk is good. Okay, now it's time for aliens smelling saucers. Aw, he sounded sad. Now he's making weird alien noises. I don't know how to explain it, but that made my ears itch on the inside. Like the inside of my head was like itchy on that ride. I don't know. Well, we have one more ride, and we have waited like 0 to 5 minutes for everything we've ridden today, and we are about to finish like by 2 p.m. having ridden everything, all the biggest rides. Actually, every true ride in Hollywood Studios except for Rise of Resistance, all by 2 p.m. That's not too shabby.
And we have made it out of Smuggler's Run. That was actually the most wildest and most fun ride through I've ever experienced. I love the group I was with. But it was posted at 40 and we made it through in 18 minutes. That is incredible. In case you're nervous about coming to the park by yourself because you don't have someone to ride with, and I don't know, you don't want to ride with strangers, or you're not sure how that's gonna feel like, I promise you that it's not bad at all, and you might end up loving who you're riding with. I know that family was awesome to ride with. They made the experience for me even better. So definitely don't be too nervous about going into rides by yourself. So final ride on my list is Alien Swirling Saucers back at Toy Story Land. And I checked the app, and as of right now, it is the longest wait time so far, 40 minutes. But I'm just shocked because Rise of the Resistance isn't even 40 minutes, it was 35. So I guess the Alien Swirling Saucers are really popular today. And here we are at Alien Swirling Saucers. It is posted at 40 minutes. Let's see how long it takes.
All right, and our timing is perfect for our Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway Lightning Lane. It is a 50-minute wait. I'm wearing a Great Movie Ride t-shirt, so I think this might be a little like blasphemous, but you know.
It is hot. Ooh. This is probably not the line I would want to wait the longest in because, like I said, I really love interactive queues, and even though the queue is really cute, the theming here is very minimal. There isn't much going on. We're also kind of barely moving. It's always the ones you underestimate. I didn't think about this attraction at all today. I thought I would just cruise through.
Welcome on, folks. We're ready for a relaxing ride around the park. Hope you had a relaxing ride around the park. And thanks for sticking with me.
It's only been a 23-minute wait, but I'm not gonna lie, this is the longest it's felt. We just got blessed with so much good luck today, and I think it's definitely the heat. No, it's definitely the fact that it's an outdoor queue in the heat. That's what it is.
We had an interesting day.
It was very interesting.
The experiment has been, well, I mean, we experimented for sure.
Ask mommy.
Science?
So the science, all of it.
The science is a lot. Okay, so the results are in. I waited 20 minutes in line, and I finished all 8 attractions by 2:06 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Angie, you waited 3 hours and 22 minutes in line, but finished by 2:20 p.m. So we only finished 15 minutes apart.
Let's go.
Yeah, now 3 hours is like for 8 attractions in Hollywood Studios.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's
Literally,
a slow day.
It really is, and that's why it helps sometimes to come on maybe low peak times.
Yeah.
Check out what's the best weekend to come in when no one's here. Or
Yeah,
day.
absolutely. And I think like obviously it's a slower day, so it might seem a little bit like multipass might not be as worth it in this park because of that. But I encourage you to check out some other of our Hollywood Studios multipass videos, because when I came on the first day, I think I saved much more time.
Yeah.
But that's not what this video is about anyway. This video is about what it actually looks like to have a day with multipass versus without. And I think you can see, like, I spent 3 hours less in line. I had a blue
Which is
milk.
very beneficial. Exactly.
Yes.
I was saying how multipass, a big benefit is you can kind of just relax and
Yes.
chill, and with no lightning lane multipass, go. So
And I sat outside of Tower of Terror for an hour and a half, like drinking a coffee. Like I could have seen a show.
that sounds like such a vibe.
And it was
I
also
like,
so nice. The music was so nice.
yes, the screams.
Yeah,
beautiful.
the screams echoing down from above. And I had like a blue milk and like sat in a shady, like I had like a really nice
Vibes.
slow-paced morning, whereas like you were in line.
I was just go.
Yeah. So there's obviously merit to getting multipass. That upcharge does free up your time a bit, which is nice. But do you need it? Not with our tips.
If you like this video, go ahead and like and subscribe.
And now go watch my full challenge where I got every single lightning lane in Hollywood Studios in one day.
Woo!
See you there.